Well, a very good morning from a very windy Canterbury, but a stunning blue sky day. How good. I'm Andy G, this is Mind Your Buzzness, and we've made it to episode 10! Yay! So, what was that? What I'm going to do actually today is check the hive and just make sure that my brood has hatched out of my honey super. Now, if you're an experienced beekeeper and you're wondering, why has he got brood in his honey super? Well, if you watched episode 8 for the full story, that's where you can find out. But in a nutshell, what I accidentally did was let my queen into the honey super, and she basically started laying in there, and there was a fair bit. So I haven't been here for for a while now, actually just over a week. Haven't had the chance to, so today's my first chance. We're going to have a look at this hive now and just make sure that brood is hatching out and the bees are starting to fill the empty cells then with honey up in the supers. And also, you know, since I marked the queen a little while back too, we'll just check that she's doing her job as well. Excellent, let's crack into episode 10. G'day ladies, how you doing? Haven't seen me for a while, have you? Happy to see me? No? They're probably just like, oh, here he is again, causing more problems, causing us a disturbance again, oh my god. I'll be in and out. Mind if I smoke? Cheers. So, as I mentioned, what I'd like to do is just check some of these and make sure that the brood that was accidentally laid in here has actually dispersed. So we'll just do a quick check of each one as we go. These supers are looking full. Oh yeah, so there's a few cells there which have all hatched out now, and they're starting to fill that with nectar and turning that into honey. So that's looking good. Oh yeah, still a couple of brood cells there. But as I said, they're all hatching out nicely, so starting to fill those empty cells now with nectar, so looking pretty good, happy with that. Beautiful. Funny bit of wonky comb. Oh yeah, and there's some more comb there which is still being filled out. Wow, look at that. I might have to tidy that one up a bit. That super is absolutely full. Might be time to add another one, I think. Come back this week and do it. I'm going to tidy this comb up. Right. Oh, stunning. Beautiful comb though. So that honey super is full, apart from a couple of brood cells. My word. So yeah, may have to look at harvesting soon. Oh, that's heavy. Right, bit of a Burcombe cleanup, and we'll check this super as well and just see how it's going. And this will also be a determining factor as to whether or not I add another one, because we've still got plenty of time this season. Sitting in there a little bit wonky, but that's okay. Doesn't look anything untoward. So yeah, I just want to check these as well and just see if any of the brood that was laid in there is actually starting to hatch out and the bees are starting to fill those gaps. Oh, yep. Yep, a lot of it is hatched and they are definitely starting to fill it out. It's a good looking frame. This next one here I can see already that there's still a bit of space to fill. It's very light. Oh, the hands are all slippery. I'm covered in honey from the from taking out the Burcombe from the other. Yeah, so there you go. There's still some brood in there, but they've already filled out a lot of those cells with the nectar. Yeah, it's a couple of brood cells. That's about it. Not many. And there's some more there too. But yep, looking good. It's going in the right direction anyway. So the slightly emptier honey super at the bottom. It's another very light, yeah, there you go, there's still a bit of brood there too. So a lot of those a couple of weeks back would have just been eggs. So progressing nicely, I'm happy with that. Oops. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, looking good. Oh, beautiful. That is going in the right direction. So these bees have recovered beautifully from my little mistake of locking the queen in the honey supers for about a week. That's a heavy frame. Still a teeny tiny bit of brood in the bottom. And a little bit there, some drone brood, because they stick out a bit. But all in all, very good looking frame. Okay, ladies. Oh, yep. You can kind of see where they've capped over some of the newer stuff that's all hatched out. And slightly different levels of patterns. You can see that. And a lot of broods hatched out of there too. Still looks like one or two in there. It's a heavy frame though, looking good, feeling good. Oh yeah, beauty. Yeah, look at that. You see the different levels of capping. Heaps of nectar up there. So yeah, good to see a lot of that brood is hatched out. And this last frame here I can see already is going to be quite a light one. But is definitely still needing some work and still some brood to hatch. Still some brood there. But all in all progressing nicely. Now I do wonder if I switch out a couple of these, and if I put the emptier ones in the middle, So if I move this one in and put this one out here, still needs a bit of work. Happy days, right. That's super, I'm happy with. I want to try and make this as quick as I can because I don't like bothering them. I know you've got to, but I'd rather just let them be, but you've obviously got to check on them, eh? Okay. So I do have a decision to make as well as to whether or not I add another brood box. There's a part of me that thinks I will, because when I last checked, the queens definitely needed space. Those supers are starting to fill up. But it's more about giving these girls and guys the space they need. If I can just shake them off and give that a clean before I go. It's the queen excluder. Let's just clear them away. Make a bit of space, clear some of this comb away. Right, so a bit of a clean up on top now. What I want to do though is just see how Queenie's going. So we'll do a quick check for her. Nice brood pattern on there. Heaps of grubs. Very young larvae as well, so straight away I can tell that the queen is doing okay because there are eggs up here. Lovely, healthy looking frame. Very happy with that. There's a bee here with some purple. I can't imagine you'll see it too well. So it must be finding some lavender. Oh, there's another one there with a bit of purple on its back legs. So bringing a bit of lavender in. Ah. Okay, well there she is. You can see with the green dot on her back. Right there. Okay, she's happy. So I've got to make a decision now, really. Do I add another brood box? Because I do have one, which has got a fair bit of drawn out comb in it, because I did add one a while back, which I did mention in a previous episode. But after about 2 or 3 days, I decided to take it off again because it didn't feel right. But I kind of feel it does. Bugger it. I'm going to add another brood box and then I'll come back in a few days and add another honey super, because one of those honey supers is absolutely chock-a-block. The other one's going to be full again in another 2 weeks, I reckon. So, and we've still got plenty of time. The weather's still amazing, and even if they don't fill out the third one, at least it can stay on there for the winter. And we'll be there sort of for next year. So I'm going to bite the bullet, stick another brood box on. I think the queen needs the space. And as I say, a lot of these frames are already drawn out. This is either going to be a good idea or not such a good idea, but you know what? It's my hive. Queenie needs the space. So I'm biting the bullet and I'm doing it. And I know that it can be more work, and that's fine. That's why I got into this. This is why I enjoy beekeeping, because I can do this kind of stuff and make my own decisions. So there are a couple of good frames in here which would be ideal candidates to move up to the brood box, the new one. Not that one. Okay, that's perfect. So chuck that one in. So this is what I've done. So I've moved a couple of very good brood frames into the middle of my new brood box, and I've put a couple of drawn out but slightly emptier ones into my existing brood, and we're going to put that on there. I'm just doing it. I'm doing it. I'm going for it. This is what's happening. And the excluder, going to give it a bit of a clean. What I might do first though is just shake these bees into this new box. I'm sorry that the footage is shaky. This is on a chest harness. So they're already starting to move into the new box already. Okay, so we'll just clear off some of this excess comb. Okay, and then we'll just put these two frames back in here. Go. Queen excluder. Then the honey super that still has a bit of space in it, we'll chuck that one back on top. Okay, here we go. Ooh. So let's just give these girls a bit of a move on, because I don't want to squash them when I put the other super on the top. Alright, and we'll clear them off the top again so I can put the lid back on. A little bit more comb I can take off on the lid. So we'll collect that for later. The lid's back on. Hive's relatively lined up and straight. Queen excluder in the correct place. And some slightly perturbed bees. But that's the nature of the game, isn't it? I've done what I need to do now, and I'm going to let them get on with their day. So there we have it, new brood box added. And at the end of this week, and I know it's going to start getting super tall, but I am going to add another honey super to it, because the bees have just done amazingly with those supers. The thing is, like, I don't know, for a little while I've been quite torn about adding another brood box, because I've had advice that said, well, you don't need another one, hence why I took it off a month ago after having it on for 2 days. But then I've had advice saying, oh yeah, it definitely needs another brood box and another super as well, and there should be time for it. And because I'm so torn between that advice, I've just made a decision. You know what, it's my hive, I'm going to do what I feel is right. So adding a brood box I think is a great idea, because the queen definitely needs the space, and they definitely do need another super, because I think we can get another one filled out before things start to cool down in this neck of the world in Canterbury, New Zealand. So yeah, I'm happy with my decision, and I'm sure the bees will be happy too with the extra space, and they'll just get to work and do what they need to do. So yeah, was torn for a while, but now I've definitely made up my mind. So there we go, queen's all good, still got the green mark on her back, and now the hive's got an extra brood box, and I'll be adding a new super at the end of this week, which I will film as well. So thanks for joining me for episode 10, and I really do appreciate that you watch these videos in all my amateur glory, but this is what it's all about. It's all a big learning curve, isn't it? And I'm loving every minute of it. So please do like and subscribe, hit the little red bell, I think they say, so that you get notifications when I add a new video. And please do leave any comments, because I am open to suggestions as well, which I really do appreciate too. If they start to conflict though, then oh God, what do you do? Anyway, be good.